ทั้งหน้าที่แชร์มันพงเนี่ยในช่วง
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Brad.
What's up, Fran?
How's it going?
Doing all right. Just jumped from parks meeting over to conservation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We're renting a little space from the Centerville Baseball League on Saturday for a concert after a cleanup over in Centerville.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah,
a concert with like live music and.
Yeah, the band is from UMass Lowell. They're juniors. They're called Off Broadway, and they played last year at the Fresh Beats concerts. You know, the first one that they did in Kerouac Park.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bringing them over to Centerville as part of the cleanup that committee for Corey Robinson
That's
is
awesome.
putting on. That we're doing a cleanup in conjunction with. Hill City
Mm-hmm.
Grows will be out there, and I'm excited. It'll be a nice little
Wow.
afternoon at Centerville.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I know my dad has been like, can you send me those cleanups? I want to go to one. So he's going to go to one in May, I think.
Sweet. Can't wait to
Yeah.
meet Mr. C.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I'll tell him to introduce himself.
Yeah, right on. That'd be great.
Brad, what day are you guys doing the cleanup? I actually live in Centerville. I didn't mention that when we met last week.
It is on Saturday. The cleanup starts at 9, and the music's so that'll be at Eagle Park.
Okay.
On West 5th, and then we're going up the hill to Gage Field.
Okay.
At McAuliffe.
Cool. I will look at the calendar with my fiance and might swing by this weekend then.
Sweet. I'll email you out the whole May calendar as well.
Okay.
We got one planned every Saturday, and then there's also a Sunday one in Clemente Park with the Clemente Park Committee and CMAA.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah. I've been trying really hard to get a not Saturday morning cleanup, and it ended up being Mother's Day.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I'd be the favorite if I had a brother or sister.
Hey, Kevin, congratulations on your surprise. Did you get married this week?
Yes, I did.
Yay.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was an exciting weekend. We had a lot of fun.
A son. Wonderful.
You look a little extra rosy.
Baby shower.
All kinds of excitement. Brad, you're lighting the city on fire.
I'm trying to just clean up all this trash. It's really beautiful. We don't have to look at all this garbage.
I'm afraid of what's going to happen to you once you're finished.
We're going to find better things to do. Our mission is to create volunteer opportunities. So trash is just the easy first start, but Kevin's been out there a ton with me. He's been out there as much as he's not working. So, but we've had 150 people, unique volunteers already. So it's exciting. We need all of us to do it together.
Wow. And I drove out to Billerica Street today, and I know you've done a couple cleanups out that way. I thought it looked great.
Thank you.
Drove by the end of the connector. That looked great.
We're getting there. We're there's still plenty to do, but the city's been massively helpful in this endeavor. So yeah.
We clean up a lot of cans and bottles that's been here for many years. We collect thousands, about almost 10,000 of cans.
Wow.
Wow.
The shore here is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, hopefully people get the message if something's clean and they'll think twice before throwing something out.
This is the hope. All of us need to do a little bit, but
Mhm.
once we get rid of the big piles, we'll be able to, maintain it a lot easier. So
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, welcome everyone. It's 7:01, so I think we can start. We'll call the meeting to order. This is the Wednesday, April 28th, 2021 meeting of the Lowell Conservation Commission. We have a quorum, and therefore we will proceed to the business on hand. First is a notice of intent that we are holding over, waiting for a DEP file number. Francesca, any news about that?
Yeah, so earlier this week, Chris Hayes, I don't think he actually submitted the notice of intent to DEP. That was just an oversight. So earlier this week, I believe on Monday, he submitted that, and I think they're trying to get the number as quickly as possible, but we unfortunately don't have one yet still.
So we'll hold this one over and probably keep putting it on the agenda for a couple of meetings until we are able to close that out. Luckily, it's the City of Lowell's project, so we don't have to feel too badly about it. Although they probably would like to get started out there. So moving on.
Yeah, Louise and Fran, do we need to formally continue it, or can we just table it?
What would work better for you, Francesca, to table this and bring it back when we're ready?
I think one more continuance should be fine, and then by the next meeting they should have a DEP number.
Okay, so I don't know if we need a motion to continue. Why don't you make that motion, Bill?
Sure, I'll offer a motion to continue this notice of intent to the next meeting at the request of the applicant, which is in this case the City of Lowell, due to not having a mass DEP file number at this point in time.
Thank you. And let's be clear that this is the City of Lowell's project at 100 Industrial Ave and 211 Plain Street, the trail between those 2 points.
Second.
Second by Brad. All those in favor? Okay, so that'll show up at a later meeting. We've done all the work for it. Next, we have some new business. An enforcement order given to the Angkor Monastery of 39 Grove Street. And this is for their property at 205 Billerica Street. We have some people in attendance for this. This was given out because there was work being done within 100 feet, within the 100-foot buffer of the Concord River. And this is a property that we have had before us several times before, so we're familiar with it. I think I was out there today, and I understand what's trying to be done. You seem to have a parking area with some stone dust set out, and then you seem to have either a garden area or a lawn area in progress where you have loam spread out. But our concern is with especially within 25 feet of the riverfront area, but we also have some jurisdiction going back even 100 feet from a resource. So it's not that you can't do anything there, but that we want some advance warning. We'd like to see what you have planned. And we do have some information about that property. We had a proposal a year or two ago about 3, I think they were single family homes that were going to be built in sort of a condo type situation with shared lots. So at that point, we had set out the buffer zone. We had it marked, and that was pretty clear, and that's available on plans that are in the DPD office. So that's something that could be used without even having to do that over again. So that's the area of our concern, is anything that's between the river and that buffer zone line that was set out on the previous project that was never built. So I understand what you're trying to do out there, and you've made some improvements to the property as far as plantings and things like that. So I'll let you. I'm not sure who's here to represent, but if you'd like to explain what you're hoping to do on the property.
Yes, my name is Modiva. I'm representing the Hmong and monastery. We basically clean up most of the, like I say, the dead tree and the can and bottle, and we did cut some tree. The Hmong and the his supporter wanted to clean up the place, put some new planting new grass, and make the property looks nicer. But the Hmong and the community, the supporter didn't realize that we have to go and pull a permit or ask to get approval from the city. And when we purchased, the Hmong purchased the property, it was not aware. We were not aware that it's being conserved. So last week, I think that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the supporter of the Hmong gather a group of people and try to clean up the place, and they did cut some small tree which is closer to on the street, that they didn't realize that we have to to ask permission for the city to do this. And I believe the gentleman across the street complained to the city. And I mean, we stopped the work, but in the future, we feel like we could propose or prepare a plan and ask if we're gonna do anything. But the mostly that it was done here, clean it up, and the Hmong plant, he already put some cherry. He planted some, along the property, So we are not building anything, just landscape. We done some landscape and stuff like that to make the places, nicer and prettier, to the neighborhood. That's what our focus.
We do want to know what you have planned, but we are willing to work with you.
Yes.
And make sure that the along the river there is not harmed, so that erosion will occur, and then you could lose part of your property, be washed away. So that's what tree roots will hold that together for you. So that's one reason why we want to approve any cutting that's within especially 25 feet of a riverfront area, and even further to keep enough trees so that there's not a problem with erosion and the soil washing away. And we also want to make sure that there aren't extra materials dumped there. Some people try to build up the soil, get it out of the floodplain so that it will stay dry. And that's also bad for the resource that we're protecting. So when I was there today, I did knock on the door and nobody answered, but I did see that in the course of the cutting, you had piled up quite a few branches and logs and things that I don't know whether they're on their way off the property or what you were planning to do with them, but that's also a little too close to the river. We don't want things piled right near the river. If the water does rise,
Mhm.
things would wash away and maybe wash downstream and cause trouble that way. So there's a reason why we want to be told ahead of time what you have plans for. And what I would advise is asking the DPD maybe for a copy of where that line is, where we're concerned with. They know who the previous owner was that had that line set out as far as the buffer zone. And that's work that you wouldn't have to do again if you could look at those plans to see where the critical area is that we're concerned with, that if you want to do anything in that area, you would come back and show us a plan of what it is that you propose to do. The other thing we're concerned with is soil brought in. I know it looks like you're making either a lawn area or a garden on part of that property that is inside that zone that we're concerned with. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but we wouldn't want truckloads of dirt brought in to, for instance, raise the level of that land so that it was taking flood storage area. You know, that area you can expect at some point, probably in your lifetime, will flood again. And when it comes, your property is very important to hold that flood water so that other neighbors don't take more than their share.
Right.
So you will have your share of holding the flood and they will have their share, but we don't want to have anybody else that's not impacted that way to have to take flood water because you may be filled in land that should not have been filled.
Madam Chairman, I am member of the Conservation Board. My name is Vesna Noon. I live at 10 Gibson Road. I'm one of the supporters of the temple. When the monk purchased the temple months ago, I actually came and helped the inside fixing and whatnot. The monk really feel very remorse for what taking place and for being before you tonight. He has planned, and we certainly will present and comply with anything that the DPD and or the commissions require of him. As far as the debris, the dead tree that piled, he can put that together for you. He do plans to take care of that, get rid of that in the next month or two. So we will put out that plans as well. So going forward, anything that he touch, he will have to go. I talked to him already, and I learned about it after it's all done. The little couple of the parking, all those areas there. So I told him not to touch any of that. Any plan to do any of that, just talk to me. I will help you which direction you should go, either through DPD or the Developmental Service and the commissioner, the conservation. So going forward, it's not going to be any more truck load of soil coming in or anything like that. So we will submit all the plan that the chairman and the member of the commission required of us going forward. I do appreciate you hearing it tonight. And by the way, congratulations, Dylan. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so this, this is what we like to do is, kind of an education type of a meeting with people who are not familiar with the regulations, and then, they can help us in the future with their neighbors to the left and to the right if they see something that shouldn't be going on as far as not protecting the wetland area and the river area. So you know, as long as you come with a plan, and it doesn't have to be a formal plan, it can be hand-drawn, what you would like to do, and one of us or all of us will go out and look and see if this is something that's going to not harm the river or the edge of the river, and we can work together on this.
We certainly, Madam Chairman, we certainly will submit that in the next few weeks, if it's okay with you and the member.
Okay, so in anticipation of that, I think we probably would leave the enforcement order in place. Bill, what do you think?
Couple questions. What I'm hearing, and I wasn't out there, but it sounds like the situation is stable enough that there isn't some time critical nature that they have to go out there now to do work. We obviously want to get things done sooner rather than later, but we're not dealing with an unstable situation. I just want to confirm that.
No, I would say not. I would say the most serious thing is branches piled very close to the river.
So with that, what I would suggest is, you know, one, we ratify the enforcement order. Two, you know, the folks at the temple, I would just say, you know, the process, you'd probably just would need to submit a request for determination of applicability, because it's not a high level of effort thing that you're doing out there. And we could very quickly look at that and probably, you know, my sense is, without, further looking at it, just I would think that, you know, we could probably issue a -3 determination, means that it's within the jurisdiction of the commission, but the work that you're proposing does not have an impact on the resource, and therefore we could kind of just vote on it, approve it, and then you can go ahead and proceed. So my recommendation, folks, is that we ratify the enforcement order, and then, you know, we look to have the applicant at the next meeting with an RDA, working with the city of Lowell to try and figure out what to include in that RDA. And as Chairwoman Varnum said, it's not a lot of effort to do one of those RDAs.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe the next meeting is a little too soon. We meet about every 2 weeks. But certainly if you plan to have something in the next few weeks, we'll put it on the agenda as soon as it's ready. And meanwhile, we could ratify. Do we have a motion to ratify the enforcement order?
So I'll offer a motion to ratify the enforcement order.
Made by Bill, seconded by
I'll second.
Brad. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And none opposed. So that's it for as far as what we need to do tonight, and we look forward to hearing your plans.
Thank you, Madam Chairman and member of the commissioner.
Yeah, thank you
Counselor.
for coming by to inform us what you have planned.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so our next item is also an enforcement order, and this is at 680 Varnum Avenue. It was some dumping that was occurring along a tributary to the Clay Pit Brook out behind the house. I stopped by this afternoon, and it appears that all of the debris, I did not see the original situation, but it was clean as a whistle back there. I don't know if anybody from the office went out recently, but everything was cleaned up. Peter, did you want to comment on that?
Yeah. So Dylan and I had gone out on the original date. It wasn't that there was a ton of stuff. They just had what looked like some like old fluorescent lighting tubes that were pretty close to the brook, and like 2 TVs, I think. So obviously that's not stuff we want getting in the water. But the folks, that family did ask, they couldn't make it tonight. They did ask if they could appear before the commission at the May 12th meeting, if this could be continued.
Okay, thank you. I would even go a step further and recommend that perhaps this enforcement order be released without ratification, because I did speak with someone at that address, and the interesting thing was that the people that we were working with apparently have moved, and this man said he'd only lived there 3 days. So So he knew nothing about the situation, but was very happy to hear that everything was good back there. So,
I like your suggestion, Louisa.
okay,
I
so,
agree.
yeah, so we did have a well-deserved enforcement order, and we had people from the city go out, and we had Pawtucketville citizens group people all up and ready to defend their territory, and now everything has worked out to what we would have expected. So I would entertain a motion not to ratify, but to release this enforcement order as closed out.
On your recommendation, I'll make a motion to release this enforcement order.
Motion made by Brad, seconded by
I'll second it.
Perry. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay, other business is only our minutes. We had 2 sessions the last meeting, one for the public and one in executive session. Do we have any report or indication of what we'd like to do about the minutes?
I'm a bit confused looking at this. I think what we agreed to do is I pointed out a typo on, or there was just kind of a little bit of housekeeping with what minutes were previously approved and what we were approving. And I think, Fran, you guys were going to fix that. So I'm not sure we need to, fix the minutes, approve the minutes again. And my sense is you've removed there was a set of minutes that we had already
Right.
approved.
I think this is just an error. This is supposed to be from the most recent meeting, so April 14th.
Yeah, I think that was a
So
typo.
there's a typo in here.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that. It's March.
Yes, yes, lots of minutes have been backlogged and all over the place, but that's supposed to read April 14th. So the minutes from the regular meeting and the executive session.
One thing we can change.
I was fine with the minutes from the regular meeting. I did have some suggested comments that I haven't gone through yet on the executive sessions. So I'd be happy to vote to approve the minutes as written for the April 14th meeting, unless others feel differently.
Is that both sets, both the executive?
No, I got the executive session. I want to make some edits to.
Okay, all right. So this is the regular
Right.
Conservation Commission meeting of, let's see, April 14th, was it?
Yep.
And do we have a second or any discussion?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Perry. Any discussion?
I'll just say that, Fran, I think over the last couple of months, you guys have done a great job of kind of being a little bit more concise with the minutes and recognize that it doesn't have to be, a stenographer's court reporting of what was there, just kind of the highlights and outcomes. And I think you guys have been doing a really nice job of streamlining the minutes.
Okay.
Good.
And we thank you, Bill, for editing and reviewing all of them. You're our go-to guy.
All about brevity. People want more, they can go look at the video of our sessions.
Right. Okay. So motion made and seconded. Is there a vote? Who's in favor of approving these minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Seconded. So that's unanimous as well. Thank you. Weston, I keep wanting to say thank you for joining us from your vacation. It was nice of you to take out the time with that background you've got.
Yeah, I need a nice picture of Lowell, and that's what I'm missing.
Yeah.
This is from the top of Mount Garfield in the Whites, but
yeah,
I need one from like the top of the clock tower or something.
I know. How about a picture of some trash by the side of the road, all in bags?
I may have to.
Yeah, that'd be good.
My features here, because I don't seem to have that ability on this. Maybe it's because I'm using kind of
Gotta update.
Yeah.
You gotta be
gotta go
under 35s only.
Yeah. I can't even blur out my background on this.
I've heard you can blur things. I haven't even figured that out yet.
But I'll tell you, looking at your background, Weston, I was in I flew out to Baltimore 2 weeks ago to visit my daughter. She's in grad school down there, and we drove out to Shenandoah National Park. And
Oh,
that,
nice.
I don't know if any of you guys have been there along Skyline Drive. It's really pretty, and surprisingly only an hour and a half from DC.
The Smoky Mountains, right? Or the
No,
Blue
it's
Mountains?
north of the Smoky. It's all part of the Appalachian Mountain Range, but Shenandoah is like hour and a half from DC, 2 hours from Baltimore. Great Smoky Mountains are further down, like around Tennessee and North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I actually was thinking about going camping down in that area this summer. That's funny.
Well, hey, if any of you read the Globe, it looks like things are getting more relaxed with respect to COVID restrictions, which is great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've got my first shot on Friday, so we'll see.
All right, great. Okay, so it's nice everyone could make it tonight, and we've had a couple of short meetings lately, and here's another one. So thank
Yeah.
you to the staff, and thank you for all the commissioners for tuning in.
Hey, before we sign off, Kevin, something happened? I mean, I know your girlfriend was expecting it.
My wife now.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Ah,
well, I didn't know that. Well, congrats.
Yeah, we had a party for our son, unborn son, Killian, and we decided to surprise everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
it was good.
congrats on that. And by the way, I love that name. Good Irish name.
Oh yeah.
hey,
Thanks.
congrats.
Good beer
Thank
too.
Yeah, we're excited. We can't wait.
So everyone's healthy so far? Good.
Yeah, she's doing good. She's been working out every day still, so
Good.
Oh, wow.
she's doing good.
Well, congrats on that. That's awesome.
Thanks a lot.
You've been getting your sleep at the firehouse, right?
Yeah, right.
I saw Kevin on Thursday and he goes, yeah, I'm getting married in my yard on Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, our neighbor did it. She took out a license, and it was kind of quiet, and it was good.
Oh, nice. That's wonderful.
You got a lot to look forward to, Kev. It goes by fast.
That's what I hear.
My son graduates from college next week. I'm flying down to Florida to go to his graduation, and then I'm done.
Wow, that'll be nice.
Nice.
Right? Yeah. I remember when your kids were in high school.
I know it. I know. Yeah, my daughter turns 25 in November. My son turns 22 in August. Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any older though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone, and don't forget to support Brad. I'm trying to send people your way, Brad.
Right on.
I don't have a whole lot of energy myself, but
We take honks on the drive by.
yep. Okay, great.
Thanks, Eliza.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Made by
I'll second
Brad,
it.
seconded by Kevin. Thank you very much.
Hey, have a great night, everyone.
Favor.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye,
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 everybody.
guys.
Okay, we're all in favor of that.
We're all in favor.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Right. Thank you. Know how to get out.